Have you ever found yourself lying awake in the middle of the night? Maybe there are tears soaked on your pillow, or even wondering if God sees you in the middle of your mess, of life's mess. Maybe you're walking through a season where shame feels heavier than grace, and you're carrying burdens that feel too big for your heart to hold and grasp. Perhaps you've been the quote unquote strong one for so long that you've forgotten that it's okay to fall apart in the presence of the one who loves you the absolute most. Friend, if that's you today, or if you know someone who needs to hear this, you are in the right place. Sometimes the most wholehearted thing we can do is admit that we are not okay and run towards Jesus, our Lord, with our honest, messy, desperate hearts. Today, we're going to be diving into Psalm 6, where David, the man after God's own heart, shows us that our tears don't disqualify us from God's love. Instead, they actually are the very pathway to experiencing His mercy in our deepest need. So welcome back to Holistic Hearts Podcast. I'm Kristen Chadwick, and we are continuing through our beautiful deep dive into the book of Psalms. These ancient prayers that somehow speak directly into our modern hearts. Before we begin, I want you to think of someone in your life who might need this message today. Maybe it's a friend who is walking through a difficult season, or a family member who's struggling to believe God still hears their prayers. This episode is really meant to be shared, so don't keep it to yourself. Send it to that person who comes to mind as we go through this, because sometimes we need someone else to remind us that we're not too far gone from the God who rescues. So don't forget that. Also, in each episode, I add special worship songs that capture the heart of the psalm that we're exploring into a Spotify playlist. There's going to be a link in the show notes, or you can also just search on Spotify Holistic Hearts Encountering the Book of Psalms playlist, and let those songs wash over your soul as you process what God's speaking to you through these psalms. So this psalm today in particular is for when you're feeling completely overwhelmed, or hiding in shame, or walking through what feels like the darkest night of your soul. It's for the moments that maybe you need permission to be honest with God about how broken you feel. So let's read Psalm 6 today. And today we're going to be using the Amplified version. Psalm 6, Prayer for Mercy in Time of Trouble. O Lord, do not rebuke or punish me in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. Have mercy on me and be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am weak and frail. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are dismayed and anguished. My soul, as well as my body, is greatly dismayed. But as for you, O Lord, how long until you act on my behalf? Return, O Lord, rescue my soul. Save me because of your unfailing, steadfast love and mercy. For in death there is no mention of you. In Sheol, the netherworld, the place of the dead, who will praise you and give you thanks? I am weary with groaning. Every night I soak my bed in tears. I drench my couch with my weeping. My eye grows dim with grief. It grows old because of all of my enemies. Depart from me, all you who do evil, for the Lord has heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord has heard my supplication, my plea for grace. The Lord receives my prayer. Let all my enemies be ashamed and greatly horrified. Let them turn back. Let them suddenly be ashamed of what they have done. Part of living a holistic heart lifestyle is the willingness to be honest, to admit when we are struggling. Wholehearted means accepting all parts of our hearts, ourselves, and inviting God into those holy, messy, burdened places. One of the things that I love about Psalms is that it shows how to run toward God when we are faced with that intense trouble or deep shame. And in Psalm 6, we observe a moment, or perhaps it was a long season of spiritual angst and depression for David. And a reminder again that David is the one that God nicknamed the one after my own heart. This is also the man who committed adultery, then tried to cover it up with the affair. He tried to cover up the affair with a murder. And yet God sees him and he hears his heart's cry. So here's what I'm observing in Psalm 6. Number 1, God never leaves David. And number 2, David had a choice to run and hide in shame or to choose to turn toward God. Can you recall a time in your life where you were desperate for relief or to experience mercy? Or maybe this is you right now, currently. Friend, I want to encourage you with the truth that you are never too far gone. Whether you are pleading for physical relief from illness or disease, walking through depression or debilitating anxiety, experiencing the aftermath of choosing sin like David that damages your heart and others, or spiritually you feel like you have been trudging through the mud of a dark night of the soul. You are never too far gone from the one who hears your plea for help. The people in my life who are probably the most wholehearted beings and passionate about following Jesus are the ones who continue to reality check their hearts or examine their hearts. They are not avoiding hard conversation with the Lord. They run towards the rescuer and they trust him with all of their emotions. This psalm is actually meant to be a lament psalm. I know in Jewish tradition, it's one that you say every day. So I encourage you to take some time to examine your own heart today. Offer up your whole heart to the one who hears your desperate cries. God sees you. God hears you. He knows you, and he never leaves you. So again, I encourage you to practice this honest prayer like David. Set aside, 10 minutes or so. Journal out or speak out. Simply tell God exactly how you're feeling. No sugarcoating it. No perfect words needed. It could just be desperate tears. And as always, utilize the accompanying encounter on the next episode to take a pause and invite Jesus into those tender, messy places of our hearts. Okay. See you in the encounter.